Pisces, your week commencing the 9th of June forecast sees your two rulers not on the best of terms as this new week begins. Jupiter moves into an undoubtedly brilliant, vibrant, bubbly, self-expressive part of your chart for just over a year on Monday. So we definitely need to salute that. It also aligns with Mercury. Mercury in the 5th house can be quite mischievous. Definitely your sense of humour can be boosted by that combination. If you are someone who's artistic or creative, that part of your nature could flourish and you may enjoy some good fortune over the next year. What's not to like? Well, it's just that Neptune square to Jupiter asks you to stay grounded. In a way, Saturn being in the conjunction with Neptune can help that, but also it could quell some of the joyfulness that Jupiter ordinarily would bring as it enters the 5th house. So over the next year, you might have to work almost encouraging yourself that you have the right to have fun, to express your talents openly. The other thing that could be an issue is that if you are someone who's a naturally speculative person, Saturn in a right angle with Jupiter is not necessarily the greatest for being free and easy with your resources. So whatever prospects that you identify, you really will need to research them carefully. But in a way, Saturn could check some of Jupiter's over exuberant tendencies. Now, of course, Jupiter, in terms of its rulership of your sign, is very much about faith and the spiritual dimension. So you need to have faith and absolute belief in what you're bringing to the celestial table. Also, Venus starts this week giving you extra word power and perhaps even persuasive word power. But Uranus in the same sign is in a stressful link with Mars. Towards the end of this week, you could find that something that ordinarily you might turn the other cheek to could just really be quite challenging, could make you feel a bit ratty. But at the heart of the week, we do have the full moon. And because it's in a very visible part of your chart, Sagittarius, whatever you're feeling, good or bad, it's going to be much more difficult to disguise it. So if you are a more private person, you may find that your feelings are closer to the surface. If you're someone who's more up and out there, it won't necessarily be such an issue. But the full moon does forge a T-square with the nodal axis and the north node in your sign. So whatever you're trying to balance between your professional and work prospects, the moon, and your home and emotional needs, the sun, the nodal axis is saying be guided by your instincts, by your inner voice, because that will help you to navigate things in just the right way over the following 2 weeks. But as the week draws to a close, that stressful link between Mars and Uranus is exact, and also Saturn and Jupiter come into a square for the first time between the signs of Aries and Cancer, which are both cardinal signs, so very much about power, but for the 4th time over the last year. And I feel because Saturn was in your sign and will return to your sign on the 1st of September, it hasn't been plain sailing for you over the last couple of years. You've really had to work hard for whatever you've got, but I think that Jupiter moving through Gemini, if you kept at it, will have given you some kind of prize, something to do with a home or family or emotional development that was very pleasing. But do give yourself permission to have some fun, despite the doughty old Saturn reminding you of how much it might cost. Thank you so much for joining me. My new website at patrickarundell.com is really beginning to take shape. Please join me there. You can get your free daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, general, love and Vedic horoscopes, and also enjoy my stunning three-card tarot. And with year 2025 absolutely whizzing by, you can take advantage of my very unique offer. You can order your personal transits forecast for 2026 now, and I'll give you the rest of this year free. I'll also give you 30% off, but you'll critically get your life roadmap report. This helps us to understand the patterns that are played out in our lives so far. You'll gain searing insights, but also an intimate understanding of how to work with those energies more successfully future forwards. And with the forecast, time your moves impeccably. Please see the link below for more.